Welcome back, Year 9s. Today we are going to look at simplifying expressions, which is exercise 2C in your textbooks. I'm going to select a few and go through them and show you how I would go about doing these. The first thing to recognize is you need to understand what a like term is. So I'm going to write an expression here, 8a plus 3y plus 2a plus a squared plus 7y minus 2a. Now, like terms must have the same letter and it has to be to the same power. So I'm going to circle in red all my like terms that are like to a, 8a. So I've got another one here, and you'll note that I circle around the sign to the left. There's always a sign to the left for every single letter and coefficient, except for the first one, which if it has nothing, you just assume that it's a positive. So I've got 8a and positive 2a, and finally at the end I've got a negative 2a. Then I'm going to look for all my y's. I've got positive 3y, and I've got a positive 7y over here. And that leaves just one term left over. I hope you can see that this term here is not the same as the term circled in red because of this square here. So in my next line, in simplifying this, if I would just gather all my like terms, I've got 8 plus 2 minus 2, so that ends up being 8a from all of the red circles. Now looking at the dark green circles, I've got a 3y and a 7y, both positive, so that becomes 3 plus 7, which is 10y. And then I've got this a squared term here, so I could write a squared. And I'd be quite happy with you doing it just like that. Often we would put the a squared term at the front here, but that's not necessary for where we're at today. So I'm now going to go through a few examples just to make sure that you're all on board with this. I'm going to do 2a to start off with, and I'm going to write the question, which is what I expect of you. 4a plus 3a plus 7b plus 5b. Now, if you're just new to this, you might want to do what I've done and circle your like terms. Goodness gracious me, it's like back at preschool. There we go, round. Okay, and this one here. Right, there we go. So when we write our next line, we've gathered our like terms. I can see that 4a's plus 3a's is 7 lots of a. And I've got positive 7 and positive 5b, so that adds up to positive 12b. So that's that first one there. Okay, I'm going to go right down and try something like, and I think this is, well, actually one of the ones that you have to do, but I think I might do it anyway. Okay, 4a cubed minus a cubed plus 5a. I'm going to go ahead again and circle my like terms. I've got an a cubed term here, and then I've got a negative a cubed term here, and then I've got a positive 5a and a negative 5a here. So those are my like terms circled. And when I join them all together, I've got a 4a cubed minus an a cubed. In other words, it's 4 minus 1, because if it doesn't have a coefficient, i.e. a number in front of the letter, that just means 1. So 4 minus 1 gives me 3a cubed. And then I've got a negative 1a and a positive 5, which adds to 5 minus 1, 4. And that's that question done. I'm going to look now at number 4, and I'll do 4a. My first one is 2 multiplied by 3a. this is very simple really. We do 2 times 3, which is 6. And then I've got 6a's. 2 lots of 3a is 6a. I will also do C for C. Here I have 4a's times 3b's, and the way you do this is you've got your 4 times 3, which is 12, and that's times a times b, so you'd write it 12ab. So 4 times 3, 12, a times b, so it ends up being 12ab. Alright, I will also do 4d, because this is where some of you might get a little bit confused. We've got 7a multiplied by 2a. Now the coefficient is just going to be 7 times 2, so that will be 14. But we've also got a times a. Now we know using our index laws that we've got a to the power of 1 times a to the power of 1, so that ends up being a squared. Okay, I'm going to do 4f for you as well. So we've got here 2a times 5b times 3c. And this, I'm going to do the coefficients first. So I've got 2 times 5 times 3. So that's 30. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times 3 is 30. And then I've got a times b times c, so that's just 30a, b, c. Now 30a, b, c means 30 times a times b times c. Let's move on and try some of the division ones. So we'll move across to number 5, and I'm going to do a, and here I have 6a divided by 2. And so we do the coefficients. 6 divided by 2, 3. So I've got 3a. In other words, if you want to think about it logically, you can go 6a divided into 2 groups. Well, each of those groups must have therefore 3a in each group. Let's try another one from that section. Okay, yes. Let's say we do something like 5g. And this time you'll note that we've got 10 on the top divided by 2x. Now the answer to this is going to be 5 over x, or 5x to the power of minus 1. And you might be a little confused. So I'm going to show you a way of doing this. So remember, when you've got a divided sign, you can rewrite it like this. So that 10 divided by 2x is the same as 10 over 2x here, okay? And then you can go, oh, look, let's cancel that 10 and that 2. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 10 5. So our next step would be 5 over 1 times x, which is just 5 over x, because 1 times x is x, right? And another way of writing that is 5x to the minus 1. I would probably just leave it like that, personally. Okay, well, let's move on to 6. Apparently this is meant to be a bit more challenging. That's why it's got that white box around it. I'm going to do 6e. I don't think you guys are going to be fooled by this kind of thing at all. X squared, y squared, minus 4xy plus 13xy plus 3x squared y squared. Now again, we're just going to look at our like terms. Well, I've got an x squared y squared term. Do I have any other of those? Nope, not minus 4xy. Nope, not 13xy. Here we go. Here's another one. We've got an x squared y squared. Now let's look at these other ones here. I've got a xy and I've got another xy. So I'll add my x squared y squared together. I've got a 1x squared y here and a 3 there. So all up I have 1 plus 3. So 4 lots of x squared y squareds. And then if I add my negative 4xy and my 13xy, 13 minus 4, so I'm going to have positive 9xy. And that is that one done. Well, I hope this has given you a little bit of an idea about how to simplify expressions by gathering your like terms together. If you are having any difficulty with any of this, do let me know. But I do strongly suggest, if you're new to algebra, that you want to do what I'm doing here by circling your like terms so that you're able to do it more easily. If you're a bit of a pro and you've been doing this for a couple of years, you might not need to do this. All right, good luck, guys. See you later.